Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about anatomy of liver. We all know that the liver has a right lobe and a left lobe. And this liver lies on the right parts of our abdomen, right upper hypochondrium. Now here you can see as a gross, this liver has a right hepatic duct, left hepatic duct. Here assume that it is a right hepatic duct, and here it is left hepatic duct. They joins to form common hepatic duct. Right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct joins to form common hepatic duct. And this liver is divided into right lobe and a left lobe by falciparum ligament anteriorly. So liver is divided into right lobe, falciparum ligament divides liver into right lobe and a left lobe, into right lobe and left lobe. So anatomically the liver is divided into right lobe and a left lobe, and there are two other lobes, caudate lobe and quadrate lobe. But if you see the inferior vena cava and the portal vein, they have divided the liver into 8 segments. Now let us describe that 8 segments. Just imagine that I should use blue pen. Where is blue pen? Yeah. For the inferior vena cava, suppose this is your inferior vena cava. It is coming from the right atrium. It is going into the right atrium. So this inferior vena cava, it gives away its branches, right? And these branches are actually hepatic vein, tributaries. The tributaries of inferior vena cava. These are tributaries of inferior vena cava. Just imagine that this inferior vena cava goes behind the liver and divides the tributaries of inferior vena cava, divides the liver into 8 segments, 8 functional segments. And these segments are important in if you see in point the 8 segments are important from the point of surgical incision in case of liver. For example, if there is any hepatic disease, if the liver have to be resected, then these functional segments are taken, the physiological segments are taken into account. So here it is a tributary of inferior vena cava. Here is another tributary, that is hepatic vein. These are hepatic vein which are draining into the inferior vena cava. Just imagine, this hepatic vein are dividing the liver into 8 segments. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Here it is another branch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to number these functional segments, then you should number in a clockwise pattern, starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 segments, the 8 physiological segments of the liver, and these are formed by the hepatic vein which are draining into the inferior vena cava. Just remember this. Next, let us come to the acinus, the functional unit of liver, which is the most important thing. Here in this diagram we will discuss first hepatic lobule. The liver has lots of uncountable number of hepatic lobules. Here if you imagine, suppose I have taken a segment of the liver. Now this segment can be visualized as this segment of this liver will have various hepatocytes. I mean these hepatocytes will form hepatic lobule. Here the lobule appear in a hexagonal structure. For discussing and for imagining the histology of the liver, it is very much easy to imagine them in a hexagonal structure. So suppose these are hexagonal structure. Now I will enlarge them, magnify them, and we will see what is present inside this hexagonal structure. Now this hexagonal structure, these are called as hepatic lobules. And these hepatic lobules are formed by hepatocytes. Okay, I mean the hepatic cells, the liver cells, these are liver cells composed of liver cells. And liver cells, if you see, there are two types of cells predominant in the liver. First of all, if you see, if I divide the liver cells into two types, first of all, the parenchymal cells, that is the hepatocytes comprises of about 80% of liver cells. Just remember this. And the remaining 20% are the other cells. 20% of liver. What are the other cells that are comprising the 20% of the liver cells? We will discuss this. The other cells which are comprising this 20% of liver cells are, and these are very much important. First of all, the stellate cells, then other cells like endothelial cells lining the sinusoids. We will discuss what is sinusoids. We will discuss what is stellate cells. We will discuss everything. Now the third is Kupffer cells. Kupffer cells is macrophages. This comprises the 20% of other liver cells. And in the next video we will discuss the acinus. The acinus, which is the functional unit of liver. Acinus is the functional unit of liver. And in the acinus portion, after that we will discuss everything: stellate cells, endothelial cells, Kupffer, macrophages, which are 20% of the liver, and the hepatocytes also. Thank you.